Hello.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
Uh, Good.
Anything?
Decently good.
Yeah.
So
Anything
far,
exciting?
from me, no. For the call, also no, but we have things to do, so
Yep.
it's a kinda disappointment. People not showing at the established hour, but eh, we will get there.
Eventually. And I expect by the end of the day, I'm going to finalize my proposal for the incentives for the governance, which
Yeah,
is
Archimedes, it's been 2 months.
it's been 1 month,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
and and if it was easy, I would have done it
Yeah,
yesterday.
it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's very difficult, your proposal.
I'm playing around with numbers to make sure it's at least fair and secure, and it's something that we can go off of. And if it's flawed,
Yeah,
it's flawed in a way that's very difficult
I'm
to
ready to
mess with.
say no to your proposal. So,
Excellent. That's what I was hoping.
of course, after a big argumentative discussion about it.
Look, I'm creating a reputation formula for two different types of reputation so that they both balance out and you average them out.
Yeah, the thing is, it's hard to do the the reputation formula now because we still don't have Lighthouse integrated. So you can do it now, but after we get Lighthouse integrated, you might do it again. That's the
Oh
thing.
no, this is governance based on the
Governance.
participation
Okay.
activity and epochs active and stuff like that. So it's a basic formula, and we can add reputation after. Fine. If anybody wants to use any other metrics to add in, that's fine. But I'm not going to wait for those.
I guess we didn't do the addition and removals statistics that we said we were gonna do.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not like everybody cares aside from me, but
No, I definitely care, and it's something that I need to also be
yeah,
apprised of
it
because
was not like
discourse.
against you, like the whole DAO. I mean, if nobody wants to remove, I guess it's fine.
Look, there are people I could think of removing. I think at this point it's just getting, I don't know, who's active, who's not anymore, other than what governance shows me. And the governance is the only way of knowing whether or not people are still active in the DAO. Because there are people that might not, speak or chat in the Discord, but they'll make proposals or they'll vote, right?
Yeah.
So there are people that don't even show up to the calls that are voting.
Did you know the funny thing I found the other day? So I was
What?
looking around the Discord stats, and you can see the how much people didn't click on our server to look around, right?
Uh-huh.
You mean for pruning members, right?
Yeah.
So for 7 days we had like 15,000, and for 30 days we have 16,000.
Good.
Oh wow.
Hey guys.
Hey.
So I was
Hey.
like, should I prune? But if I prune, then somebody from the DAO is gonna notice it. So I don't know if it should be discussed.
It'd probably be a good idea to talk about anything that has to do with pruning.
Yeah, but Discord thing is something the sub-DAO community management should do and not be asked about it. I mean, you can be asked about it, but
That's
we
right,
have
but
a
something where we agree. Yeah. I agree. Having a process that just allows you to make a decision so you can operate is important.
look. I just showed the stats. What I said is kind of wrong, but it's almost the same numbers.
Yeah, still though, it's using the stats to tell you to do something is important. Let's see.
I'm gonna probably what as Dynite says. I'm gonna do it and then ask for forgiveness later.
Inactive for 30 days is 15,000.
Yes.
Wow.
What's the benefit of doing that?
I know. I already know. Ryder is gonna do. What's the benefit of that X thing? Ryder always does this. So from the outside
good
looks
question.
like a brimming community, while inside it's not. So it's inflating numbers, which
Yes,
doesn't
but
matter.
it looks
This is how to run a
better when it
business.
is. We look better when we are.
Yeah, but when
so
they get inside, it looks worse. So they have a bad view of
yes,
us when
but
they get inside.
who will get inside and how deep will they look? Don't
Exactly.
But these are
Do you know anybody new that got
don't take
inside?
off your own makeup.
hold
Legend.
on.
Don't
I
take
have
off
a
your own
question.
makeup.
Do the 15,000 people we're talking about, are these all grape holders? We don't know that, right?
No.
Like it could be 15,000 and one of them could be a whale, right? Or
Yeah, but people don't receive rewards for being in Discord
no,
anymore.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I'm wondering if we have a restriction where we say no one can be part of the server unless they hold grape, right? Theoretically. Grape is the defining factor. Activity is something that's
Yeah.
advised.
With every statistics, if you don't like what you're seeing, rename the column. It's so
Confirmation
Oh.
bias.
This is the greatest statistics tip ever. Oh, I am loving it. Rename
Confirmation
the column.
bias. It's not inactive, it's busy.
Yeah.
potentially active.
Yeah.
No, I
Active
get what you're
against
saying, Legend, and it's important to talk about it.
I think it's a job that the community management sub-DAO is entitled to do. So I'm probably gonna do it. I'm gonna prune it.
Do what you want. I don't have a strong opinion on it.
Yeah, every time I say something right, it's gonna be, what's the benefit of it? But the
It's a good
benefits.
bro, it's a good
Yeah.
question. It's a very good question. It's something everybody
It's
should
good.
ask.
Yeah, I agree. It's good, but normally I look at trivial things, and asking the benefit of trivial things is not.
I mean, you're going to drink a cup of coffee. What's the benefit?
Yeah, what's the
You will
okay?
feel great. So easy. You can do this for very simple things. You will have a meal. You will not be hungry anymore. That's the
Your
benefit.
PFP is so fitting, Legend. It's awesome. It's like, fuck it, I just take it and run.
What's really funny, CryptoPause, is that every now and again I hear rumbling in the back in my because I sleep, my bedroom window is next to the trash cans. Every now and then I hear rumbling, and there's a raccoon in the garbage coming out in the middle of the night, and all I see is that face.
Oh man.
So whether I come to Discord or not, I see Legend everywhere.
She made us at night. Shut up, Legend. I want to sleep.
Well,
Saying that with all the love and care and affection in the world, Legend.
not sure if you have enough people to start the agenda today.
Yeah, let's do it.
Not starting yet, because I was like waiting for Taki since he's the first one to discuss his topic, but Favor is here for the second topic of the agenda, which is the community management sub-DAO proposal. And if you all of us want to start, we can invite Favor to the stage, or Favor just types on the live chat about his proposal.
Well, Favor for some reason says that he or she can't hear anything.
I can be the IT man, but it's all
Favor, can you hear
about
anything?
options.
Favor can't hear us.
Well, if Favor can discuss about his proposal, the next in line is Dean, which is in the audience, and it's about the Grape Realms hub. And the man arrived.
Hey, Dean.
Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Sunday.
Long time no here. Hope you're doing good.
I'm doing well, doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay.
So for the Realms hub, there's this, new interface for realms. And we get to choose what's presented there. So yeah, right now the process is very kind of centralized in that there's not like a place where we can control what's written there. We submit it and then we kind of like ping somebody on the realms team, I think, to put it. But long term, the idea is that as a DAO, we allocate like which wallets have the ability, which addresses have the ability to update that text. So wanted to just start that conversation around process, procedure. I guess long term it's a DAO role. It connects to documentation. I shared the example of what we currently have on our Grape Realms hub. Yeah, any questions?
Are we supposed to put in any new information, or just like what you talk about, like the permissions about the wallet in the future?
So I think as a whole, we should update a lot of things there. Yeah, there's a lot of things that need to be updated. And I guess we have to decide, one, who are the people who kind of have that responsibility. Yeah, I think that's probably the main topic is figuring out, as a DAO, what is our process to updating that information?
I mean, from my side, there's two options. Is it a DAO core role that is gonna be entitled to do it, or a bounty that someone from the community is gonna do it? I assume.
We want to update this like regularly, or is it a one-time thing because it's changed now?
I think short term it's not going to be something that is updated often, but long term, this would connect to documentation. Do we think that documentation is a bounty or is it a core role? Like I think documentation is a core role. It's one of those things that
I agree.
Constantly needs to be updated. Yeah. So I guess this connects into the documentation role. So how we decide that, or is there already somebody who's handling documentation? I mean, not.
At one time, Pause was handling documentation in Gitbook, I remember, and I think Legend was interested but not working on it. Taki did work at some point but stopped.
We have some entries in the documentation, but for me, I feel like if we don't have a clear path on what to do, for example, with the roles and how we want to proceed with that, there's no real point in updating the documentation. I do it with things we agreed on and that are final or as final as possible, but
I think from the people who are handling the documentation, Gitbook should be handling also the documentation in the realms since it's connected. So I think it's easier for them to handle both since updating one is updating the another one automatically. Copy paste kinda method. That's me, of course. And also, of course, the Gitbook needs updating this month since the new membership format.
Yeah, that works for me.
I mean,
so
at the end of the day, we can make a vote in the DAO channel with a poll if it should be a bounty maybe a recurring one or just a DAO core. Of course, we are saying DAO core here in the call, but you never know the opinion of the missing DAO members. So yeah, we can make it a vote. If it's DAO core, it can be remain as a from the people who manage the Git book, and if it's a bounty, we gotta decide on a reward at that time.
I think you're right. We could do it like in one go. I don't feel that we need to reflect everything on realms. We can focus on the important part regarding realms and link to our normal documentation. So it doesn't need to be updated that often.
I mean, the Git book should have all the information people might need, and the Realms hub, just the core information about what is Grape and what can you do.
And focused on realms.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but I agree on what you said, that basically this is, if you're doing one part of the documentation, you should also do the other, because I feel a good documentation also is uniform. So like you shouldn't like say something on one place one way and on the other another way. It only confuses people.
Agreed. And I think that that's important, and I do think it needs to be a persistent rule. It needs to be something people do, or somebody does, or a group does as a recurring theme, and gets rewarded for it.
Yeah, before that I will go for the vote. If it's a DAO core or just a bounty.
And I think that goes for anything that's a recurring task or theme that needs to be maintained, right?
I can make
the
poll if everyone here at least agrees.
Yeah, sure, do that.
I always agree with you, Legend.
That's not a good thing.
I'll take it back. I'll only agree with you when you tell me to.
So I assume this topic is over till the vote finishes in 24 hours. And since Taki is an audience, Taki, do you want to talk about the Solana University and Grape Initiative topic?
Hi guys.
Hey bro.
So the Solana University initiative, it was through a contact that I made during Breakpoint with some of the guys that run Solana University, which is a place to onboard new users and new devs and younger people to the Solana ecosystem by some courses and other different kind of activities. And they had during Breakpoint and not very publicized series of bounty quests, so to speak, that if you completed successfully enough, you would participate in a prize pool that they had of approximately 3,000 USDC, I think it was during Breakpoint. They intend to repeat this initiative, and I told them that Grape most likely will be happy to provide some information on in order to create one quest that's great, at least one quest that's going to be Grape related. I do have a call scheduled with them during this week, so I think this is something that we should do it, and I can undertake it myself in order to complete and provide the information there. That's the one part, and the second part is that they have a lot of people that are interested in DAOs, and they look very much up to the Grape DAO for what we have been doing so far, and it might be a good way to either mentor or onboard some of these people into Grape. I'm not very interested in onboarding them, to be honest, but mentoring them and providing them, with useful insights that we've gained through our experiences as a DAO. Might be very useful for them and a good contribution to the whole ecosystem and the Solana community. So that's more or less it regarding the Solana Uni initiative.
Hello? Okay. Taki, can you explain like real fast, cause I was kinda distracting doing the poll. Again, please.
No. Listen to the
Oh,
recording.
okay.
We will more or less we will provide some information around Grape that's going to be used to create a sort of mini task in form of 2-3 questions regarding Grape.
Okay.
And the people that are going to complete it are going to be ranked on a leaderboard. I assume among other bounties and small quests that they're going to have. And they're going to be ranked towards winning a prize pool that the Solana Foundation has set up for this. I did ask for a link. I haven't got one. They haven't marketed this one very well. And even during Breakpoint, I think I saw a glance of that in a screenshot, but I couldn't really get to that. So I can share here the example how it looks like. But yeah, I think that's useful for Grape to be present in the younglings that are being onboarded into the ecosystem.
Do you know the time frame, like when it's gonna come out? This year, next year?
No. I know nothing. I have a call scheduled with the Solana Uni during this week. I will know more, I presume, after that.
Does Grape as a whole need to do something, or just like participate in the initiative?
If the Grape DAO is in agreement, I can handle it and I can provide information there on what they want to create. And then again, I'm going to have more solid information on what's needed and what we need to do after next week.
Okay, so this is a topic that's for review again for the next DAO call. Sunday probably, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
We talk about Solana University, we talk about the Grape Realms by Dean as well. Favor, I don't think he has internet, not hear us. The next topic in the call is the Grape Workshop format brainstorming with Dean and Taki.
Yeah, there's not much to add since we last discussed the workshop. The idea was if other people had ideas, specifically the value proposition of Grape, potential applications for the communities at Impact Hub, and any call to actions. I just wanted to make sure we had enough time to incorporate anybody's ideas. Yeah, if there's any ideas pending, if somebody wanted to wait till this call to discuss it, we can do that now.
I think it's a great idea to kind of bring this to a real life audience, to get people involved in what we're doing and maybe see how we can help them. But at the same time, I don't have any specific input on that because I think it's like an exploration. You will get to talk to these people and kind of find out if there's a good fit. So it's difficult to say from the get-go, you should do this or you should do that. You will see what will happen.
So the workshop will be something kind of the lighthouse workshop in the Breakpoint?
So yeah, we're gonna leverage a lot of what we learned there. That way, you get people thinking about these 3 different stakeholder groups: the user, the actual contributor, and then the stakeholder, because those are those are blended groups in DAOs, whereas in traditional organizations they're not. So the thinking is to leverage that exercise to help people kind of think about how DAOs are a evolution of existing organizations.
Interesting. Do you think we could, I mean, if someone there at Athens can record the workshop, is it possible? Or?
I don't think it's not. It's possible that they'll say, that without permission, we can't record.
Yeah.
But we'll do our best to record it. And either way, I think as an exercise, like the goal of this should be, at some point we have a template for how we do these workshops around the world. So going into it, I have to agree with Ryder. A lot of this is an exploration. At the end of it, I think we'll also give an incentive for people to get their wallet ready, and we'll give them one Grape to come in and be part of Grape. So hopefully we like when we look at KPIs on this, I think it's going to be how many people come in, right? Come into Grape and then come into the DAO world and interact with us on helping them maybe build out their own DAO. So one of the KPIs is going to be how many people come into the server. Another KPI is going to be how many of these communities are interested in follow-up conversations. Once we've got an understanding of that, I think we'll also be in a better place to maybe make a fake video where we put together like an example of what this looks like, this presentation, this discussion.
I'm just asking for the recording since it doesn't matter if there's a lot of people showing up or maybe less, but what is the content that is talked about is something we can record and maybe look back in the past when we needed to do another workshop, so we can improve from this point the amount of workshops we do and the content that is inside the workshop. So yeah.
I totally agree. If we can do a recording, we will do it 100%. And the goal of this is that there's a template after. There's examples where someone wants to do this in Portugal, somebody wants to do this in Germany.
Yeah, it's all a plus.
Okay.
We can have this recording then shared through YouTube, through Twitter. People can also see and might get interested to do workshop with Grape, next Breakpoint, next Athens DAO. It's cool, something to have. Of course,
Yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
possible.
Absolutely.
It's fine as well.
No, and look, that's the thing. We'll have that clarity probably as soon as Monday. And whatever happens, there's going to be a template and an example of the content. Because I think this is exciting. Doing more in real life events is a good avenue for us to focus on.
Well, that's everything from me. Does anybody want to include something? No means yes, so we move on. So the next topic on the agenda should be the DAO members can propose what they would like to contribute. And we have the Miro board by CryptoPause. So yeah, CryptoPause, is there any new entries in the board or just new updates?
Actually there is. I'm not happy as I could be, but that said,
feedback
I'm happy
is
that people took the time. Yeah, I appreciate that. And I mean it. So let me post it. Here's the board, and on the left you see entries in different colors. So there's Dynite, Taki, Dean, Podrock, Ryder, and myself, who basically wrote down some things we could provide. And there's still much space for people who want to contribute and write down what they want to do. And I think it's a good start, so that we can see where we have strengths and then also see where we are lacking something. And we then need to address how to go from there. But obviously, we are more than 6 people. So, and we are also more than 6 people who are doing stuff already. So
I think the mirror board should be something that is pinged every week and reviewed as well. So any feedback, any new feedback, can be considered as a new topic to talk about. I don't think if I know. You tell me if there's any feedback that you want to talk about today.
Um, it's important to start there, but when we did that and when we set up the Miro board, I was also aware, and I believe I mentioned it, that this isn't like that's only the first step. So, and we need to come from this is what people are willing to do or could potentially do to what we actually want Grape to be. It's not a simple or an easy way, but that's the goal. So
I mean, yeah, it's not direct, so we gotta start from somewhere.
that's why on the bottom right, I also started like making some form of mind map and like it's like a bit of a web. So if people want to contribute to this, I'd also appreciate that because it's generating ideas, and I think we are lacking the part of the whole ideation process and where we say, okay, we want to be this and that and do it by XYZ. I think we need to also write down the ideas, what Grape potentially could be, and what people are who are working within Grape seeing within Grape, or what Grape for them is. And that's the bottom right.
So do you still think there's not enough feedback to start a discussion around the feedback topic?
We certainly we can talk about it, but since there are only 6 people and we don't actually have many ideas regarding what Grape for them is and what Grape should look to achieve, I think it's still too early.
Oh, fine. Yeah, I'm not saying for you to say talk about this. Like any Grape community member can also come up and talk about it. Doesn't
Sure.
need to be you.
I'd love to.
I mean, yeah, Dynite is an audience like eager to come and stay, but nobody's inviting him. That's the thing.
That's the thing, yeah.
He put his hands up.
No, I will continue doing like the part on the bottom right, and I guess many of you know what I'm seeing in Grape and what I could see as a potential way, but we never explored that or similar ideas any further. So everyone who also has an idea and wants to put it down somewhere, please feel free. It doesn't
Yeah, I see
necessarily need
some
to be
people
Miro.
already. I see some people already writing some stuff. So it is a topic that I will put on our agenda again next week, and probably next week we're gonna maybe go one by one through everyone's feedback and give opinions and discuss about it if you want.
I think that'd be great, and I apologize that I didn't do it sooner, guys. I'm guilty.
I think it's fine since this type of thing is something that needs to be done weekly and it's not done in one finish. So, because every time we have a new member coming out, a new member coming in, so new feedback, old feedback is good. So this is something that needs to be talked weekly if there's time. If there's can be pushed to be the first thing to be talked, can be pushed to the last thing can be talked. But yeah, this is something for sure we need to be talked again next week and have more people write ideas, if not ideas, feedback. If not
We need,
feedback, their vision. Something.
yeah, we need to address it as much as possible without boring people to death. But as I mentioned, it's for me, I think it's harder to like see what people are willing to provide and what they can offer. From there to what really Grape should do. And the other way around is easier, but having all this written down is still worth it to do. So what I'm seeing is that we should, or hopefully have some ideas of what Grape could be, then look a bit deeper into it and see whether there's a consensus that people align on this, and then match it with what people can provide in order to achieve the goals we have set.
Yeah, I'm also fine with that, but we can't forget there might be 1,000 ideas, but maybe 10 of them are executable. Like.
Yeah, that's fine, and I'm willing to sift through everything and like refine it a bit. That's not the issue. I think most of the time we are just lacking something written down by people, and like we talk a lot about things and we assume or think we are aligned, but we don't really know.
I mean, for sure, this is something I will try to push this week. Not every day, so I don't ping every day, but at least today and maybe in the middle of the week to remind people to give their feedback, input in this will be nice, and then we can talk about again in the next DAO call. And that's it.
Yeah.
So there's some people now doing now, but better let them finish than talk this
for
Tuesday
sure.
or
It's
the
not,
next DAO call.
yeah, it's not something that can be rushed. And I don't need to know who the visiting builder in red is. I assume it's Dynite. He's doing new stuff again. As per his posted, Dynite memes shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
But also the user stories, right? We still
Yeah.
have not many user stories here. Maybe we should direct the attention of the people. To
Yeah,
user stories.
I tried to take the initiative of taking what CryptoPos had laid out as the example, and I ended up putting the fields in the heading of the idea section for us to fill in.
Yeah, it's
So
also good to give
if
some
anybody
framing,
disagrees, if anybody disagreed with that before, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to give examples that I thought made sense. Not trying to steer the conversation, just
Yeah,
gave.
No.
I took up your
That's
idea
good.
and I contributed on the right side the products
Nice.
setup Discord verification and products reliable Discord verification.
Very nice.
And again, if someone has another idea and wants to drop something completely different on the Miro board, feel free. It's not. It's meant to give as much freedom as possible so that people actually write anything that could help us. And yeah.
Basically, write everything you want, but don't mess the board.
Yeah, I locked many of the things I locked, so you can't mess it up too badly. That being said, you still can delete everything, but
You forget CryptoPos. I'm using the tool right now. Be careful with.
and it's broken. No, please feel free. It's meant to be as open as possible.
You can also show the author of the post it, by the way, as a visit.
Yeah.
Never mind. You can tag basically if you want to.
I think
So-
it's fine as well if the people put anonymous and just write stuff. It's fine if they don't identify themselves.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying it's if for those that are labeling their they're post-its. You can actually create a tag. If you select the post-it, you can make a
Yeah,
tag.
you can activate that you're seeing who the author or the editor is.
Ignite's messing with my post-its, man. I see him.
He's stealing your shit.
Yeah, no, but he's probably wondering why I'm taking advantage of his space, which I just wanted to try and be respectful of. I didn't realize you weren't done, Dynite. I apologize. I'll take my shit somewhere else.
Innovation squared. I love it.
That's all right. That's all right. I just needed to show you what was going on here.
No, I know, buddy. I know. I got it. Sorry. Tell me. I'll move my stuff. Don't worry. I just I figured that was the only open spot.
That's fine.
I got
While
the
other
message,
people are
bro.
working. I mean,
No, I
I
got the
have
message.
the opportunity to do this since I had already done this before, and you individuals didn't have the chance to. So
Maybe
Yep.
extend
I'm
the
up for
frame.
this opportunity.
Yep.
Oh, he actually left. Oh,
I'm taking my shit. I'm going upstream.
that's all right. Taki's next to me, and Wales will be fine.
Yeah. All good.
So
I'm
as
just gonna-
everybody is doing their feedback, and if they want to do it again, just put another person names and do it again. It's also fine. But
I think this is a very fun exercise, to be honest, and I think that this is definitely something that we clearly are having fun with. This is better than gaming,
I'm saying this
for sure.
since the next topic is the hardest one on the agenda today, which is Grape tokenomics and proposed improvements. And everybody goes silent now.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, you just waited like 2 seconds.
We were having fun, Legend. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
That's-
bringing this topic since the hardest one to discuss also involves a lot of like experience with tokenomics, which is something I don't have. So giving voice to other people to talk about it, it's my priority. And I always invite Billy about this if Billy wants to come to on stage. I don't think there's any new proposal about the tokenomics. My proposal, I mean, not my kind of my proposal, but my idea will be, of course, the burning of the rest of the grape and at least mint the investors and the rest of the grape. But that's one idea of mine. There's also a lot more that can be brought up and discussed.
Yeah,
And
I think that that's important. I do think that we all need to get a really good sense of what tokenomics means, because I think we're all saying the same thing, but we're looking at it from a different lens. And you know, as far as I'm concerned, I think I'm going to share these 3 articles that they're not going to tell us everything we need to know, but they really
there are
they
at
really
least
deep-
ideas. There's at least ideas
Yeah,
that can
it's-
be implemented.
they're ideas, and they're also very well explained topics and concepts that they might not go too deep into the weeds, but it definitely gives us the right step to discuss, you know, anything related to tokenomics. And I think we all need to come to the table with an understanding of what we're saying, right? And I think the last one, token value accrual, is the one that probably makes the most sense. You know, the token cap table allocations and all that stuff, vesting period proposals and stuff like that. It's not as important as the value one. So the token value accrual would be, you know, required reading, I guess. I think this is the message I've been hoping we can align on. And I'm just going to delete that and just say the required reading is this. You can go search around for the same company that does this. I figured I'd just remove the.
No, you can
Yeah.
let the other articles be also
Yeah, I'm
there,
gonna leave the
'cause-
links. I'm gonna leave the links in. I just don't want to. I don't want to monopolize the
Okay.
space on the page.
It's fine since it's a very important topic that can influence grape as a whole, and you know, grape now is very different than grape next month. So talking
Yeah,
about this,
and-
it's very important, not to
and
me
the other
but
thing
everyone
is-
else.
Yeah, the other thing is if you look at 99% of the projects out there that have come out with a tokenomics model, there are a lot of really smart ways in which people create these models, sure, but they don't necessarily work for what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And I think it's important that when we talk about these things, everybody's on the same page. And I know everybody needs time to really think these through. Some people know these things more than others. For us to have a good conversation about it, it might be helpful for us to all get up to speed on what tokenomics means from this angle, because that's one angle you could talk about it from. The other side of tokenomics is what are we doing with tokens we have in general versus what model do we need to change anything, and if we did, what are we doing? But the value accrual one, yeah, exactly. So things like what Dinah just said, lock them up for 10 years. That's an option. Burning for my own sake of argument, based on the fact that we're talking about a fixed supply, if we're sticking to the fixed supply model, I don't think burning is going to make sense. Soul made a very interesting comment, which I advise everybody read in the comments.
Yeah, if somebody wants to talk about as well about this topic, it's free to do so.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to say that because I know we're going to keep going around in circles on discussing tokenomics, and I think we should all come to the stage with an idea of what each facet will have. Talking about like burning tokens without talking about the dynamics of how we create demand for the token for it to actually have something that'll be valued as a governance metric, and what impact it has if you burn the tokens versus what happens to the governance weight, and some of the other things where we are using it today and it does have value versus what we want it to have value for, which we can't foresee in the future. There's no way of knowing, and we're not holding on to it for any financial gain. It's purely for contributing back decision making to the group is really what the token is for today. But you can use it to buy GAN and exchange it for GAN, which gives you the service, which makes it a currency. You can use it for services. What else can we do? And I think the mind meld that we're doing through Miro that CryptoPause started, plus a little bit more of a discussion on tokenomics that focuses on these things. I'm not that far away from having an idea of what I think we should do, but I don't want to say anything until we've all spoken about it, because I think we should all have a real conversation about this that goes a little deeper into the weeds if we really, as a community, need to decide how to manage the tokenomics. This isn't going to be a one size fits all, and it's not going to be a simple model where we just say, yeah, we're just going to put it somewhere and forget about it. Every now and again, we'll argue. That's it.
Well, Archimedes, thank you for the feedback.
Yeah, I agree.
man.
I agree with the sentiment, Archimedes, that the community should decide. But as we have seen time and time again, the community is not able to break down these difficult decisions. They only can say we want A, we want B, or we want C. So it's upon an individual most likely to break this decision down for the community.
Message received, right and read. Thank you very much, sir.
I feel like sometimes we are kind of not
Spinning our wheels.
really kidding ourselves, but maybe getting lost a little bit in idealism. If we say, yeah, the community should make this decision, because it's
but I
it's not
definitely
what we
want
are
everybody
seeing.
aware.
Yeah, it's not what we are seeing in reality.
I know. I just want everybody aware, because I don't want to be talking about this monologuing, people being like, what the hell is he talking about? Sounds like a good idea. Let's do it. It's like, no, I just want you to know. Anyway, cool. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's gonna be like, Ryder, what's the benefit of that tokenomics? What's the benefit of that one?
I mean, I have primed you well. You know the right questions.
It's inspirational and motivational, and I think we all know what we need to do now, thanks to the contributions of people that keep us on track. So I'll stop talking so I can let that happen.
So
I think it's important what you're saying, Archimedes, because we also need to constantly be aware that if we don't say that the community needs to decide, that people also get complacent in waiting for someone to do it. So
Yep.
the more people are involved and the more they can give their ideas and have a say, the better.
Yeah,
There's no perfect solution.
agreed. And I think creating momentum around this discussion is something where we should probably make sure people are aware. We're talking about tokenomics. And if they haven't shown up in a while, but they're interested in this discussion, I'd like to hear what they have to say. Anyway, I will stop there. Thank you. Perfect solution. Agreed.
No. This is something that needs to be talked every week and wait for new proposals that can be done by committee members, or in, I don't know, at some point might be even a bounty if nobody wants to do it for free, of course.
I would say yes in most cases, but I think tokenomics, as it pertains to this,
Yeah, but
we've seen
tokenomics
that.
is gonna be brought up by DAO members, right? Only
Yeah,
DAO
but
members
I
can
think
propose on the Discord, no?
correct, and the people who are DAO members today are the ones that care the most about what happens with the token, and
So
whoever's going to do a bounty is going to be coming in to try and get a
you
reward.
can make the bounty only for DAO members to
True,
get.
true. I think we reward whoever does it anyway, regardless of a bounty. I think collectively as a group, that should be the reciprocation. No expectation of being
Process.
rewarded, but you give it after. Yeah, that's fine. Anyway,
You can make a proposal to the DAO for whatever you like, but if you come up after the fact that something happened and you say, no, we want to make a bounty reward, I will strongly disagree.
yeah, you got a boy.
Anyway, this is just an idea in case nothing appears.
Yep. Thanks.
So on the end of the agenda today is the update on the DAO 50 Saga purchase, which is I know nothing about it. If somebody wants to come up with a new info on this, is strongly advised. From what I understood last call, it's still in the making. I think the instructions to mint the Saga NFT, and in the end of it, we are not struggling for time. It's fine if we wait. So that's the overall resume of the whole topic. If anyone knows any update on the instructions on Realms about the NFT mints and the Saga mints, it's free to come up. And everybody go silent.
So yeah, the only thing I remember being on chain that failed was that the proposal went on. We tried to get it going and it didn't work. I
Yeah.
think the only other thing was Dean was the last person that I recall bringing something up, but I don't remember if it's aligned with this. So I don't want to speak on his behalf. And I don't want to make this one person's thing because I think we as a DAO need to figure out what the answer is or if this is even urgent.
From what
Yeah.
I'm looking the Realms Discord from Sebastian, there's no straightforward way to mint to pre-order the Saga.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the message from 31 October. So
There's
So even
still
if
no
they're
plan. Yeah, go ahead.
even if they're ordered, where do they get sent?
So I think you mint in the Realms the 50 NFTs from the Saga, and
Yeah.
it goes back to the treasury in Realms. So I think you distribute then the Saga NFTs to each person or to squads, but you need to make a proposal on Realms.
Probably makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, and then physically in the real world, somebody's going to need to send that phone, right?
Yes. It's
Okay.
Web 2-ish, but it works
Yeah.
with the
Yeah,
DAO
yeah.
on it. So yeah, that will be the flow of it. So you mint the 60 NFT Saga mints. It goes to
Yep.
the Realms treasury, and then we choose. We make a proposal for each one on Realms, or it just goes sent to squads. You know, with I don't know which squads, but it's an idea as well. It can be a specific squads only for Saga as well. But yeah, that's the idea. Squads or just specifically any community member can propose on Realms and ask for a.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and we,
the Realms proposal didn't work. Sorry, CryptoPause. It didn't work when it was attempted. So whatever the minting process is, it wouldn't work the last time it was tested.
Yeah, probably gonna ask again if there's any update on the Saga instruction on Realms Discord. So we might have some new information next week, maybe Thursday, maybe next Sunday. So
yeah, but then again, Sebastian also said that there is no hurry for DAOs.
yeah, there's no hurry.
So yeah, and that's what I was satisfied with at that point. We again need to look at the list. So because I don't think that we need to mint every 50 or all 50. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, don't know about the numbers. Can be 50, can be 15, can be one, or not be 100. But that's an example. But you know, we might have some backup Saga mint for upcoming new Grape members, new DAO members, maybe next month, maybe next year. So I don't know, maybe having one or two extra in the treasury for the exceptional
Yeah, makes sense.
DAO member for next year is something good to have at least.
Yeah, and it can be an asset in the treasury. So
Yeah, and it can also be an asset. That's right. It's weird to say a phone as an asset, but it's true. It's true. If no, that's the end of the agenda today. If anybody wants to talk about something else, it's free to do so. Only 1 hour passed, so today was quite a fast one.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Race Driver Chief Legend.
You got it.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Quick update. You should expect to see a proposal probably by the end of the day today for the rewards and incentives. I'm finalizing it. It's just a matter of taking all the formulas that have been created and putting them into the documentation so everyone can see what's what when you're looking at the Excel spreadsheet that's going to accompany. And it should give us the opportunity to reward governance participation from the beginning of governance till now and going forward, with some examples, screenshots of what things would look like in different scenarios, as part of the comments, not part of the official proposal. So looking forward to submitting that and giving that to everybody for next week so we can talk about it finally. And I know it's taken a long time. It's just a matter of getting everything sorted. But TLDR, there are going to be 2 different rewards versions, which we can choose between. So there's going to be a voting poll that allows you to choose between one version of the rewarding model and another, or both, if we need to figure out a way to average them out. And then there's also going to be 2 different versions of governance reputation, which is separate from what we're doing with Lighthouse and all that stuff. It's just based off the metrics, based on the averages of participation over time, and epochs active according to the actual Realms data that I was able to use based on the exports that were built by Kirk and Billy through GrapeArt. So with any luck, we'll have that finally this week. Apologies for not having done it sooner. It's been a labor of love, and it's a little bit more complicated than I had hoped to get it documented properly so that it's easy to read. It's never going to be perfect, so whoever has an issue with the length of it, just remember, this isn't meant to be easy, but it is meant to be simple. So that's all for me. Thanks.
Thank you so much. I only have a rough idea of how much work it actually is to put all this together and condense it down to a more simpler form. And I think I can say for everybody in the DAO, we are grateful for you that you do this work.
Well, I hope it yields the value that we need. So thank you very much. And I hope not to waste anybody's time with long proposals that take up too much of your time to read and understand what I'm trying to convey. I did see Nanko wanted to make some comments about grape art, but mentioned that the microphone might not be too spectacular. And I always want to give some time. If I'm on a DAO call, I'd always love to hear thoughts or discussions around grape art or anything that has to do with the products or services we have. Don't know if we should have a Q&A session every DAO call where we say if there's anything else to add that wasn't part of the agenda, especially if it's tied to the products and services that we might provide. Feel free to come up.
What's not working for Nanko? The mic? Or coming on stage? Okay. So, as everybody knows, the agenda is finished for today. If nobody wants to talk about another topic in 5-10 minutes, I think we can finish up the call, end it, and prepare for the next DAO call on Tuesday. And then the new agenda for it as well. I will try to upload today actually the recordings of this week to as a bounty call and DAO call, and today's DAO call as well. So it can be presented on the newsletter, the recordings, and people can watch the recording of the calls if they want to.
Sounds good. Anything exciting happening in the Solana space? Anything to note before we close out? Just for, fun updates or things that might be useful to know for those of us that might have missed anything.
I mean, the only
If
thing
not about grape.
the only thing appears on my Twitter feed is always FTX drama and something new.
Yeah, and I'm hearing Genesis and Grayscale coming up as next topics of conversation, which are pretty big in the ecosystem in general. But I don't know how much that impacts Solana directly. It might impact things like Bitcoin more temporarily, at least price wise. I'm not going to talk about price predictions or anything. No FUD.
Hi guys,
Hey, Tata.
I'm joining just to let you know the problem inside the Star Atlas because I'm following their project. I don't know if you know, but they had a lot of money inside FTX, so they have like money to run around 6-9 months. So just this information, they are going to sell like island land in the next week. The game, the web game should start also in the next month, I guess.
Cool. Cool. Thank you for the update.
Not sure about the date, but for sure there will be before the land sales. I hope in before the end of the year they will launch the web game, the browser game.
Yeah, and I also know the FIFA World Cup starts now as far as games are concerned, right, on Solana. And there's I think something that's related to fantasy gaming that's Match Day, if I'm not mistaken, which is partnering with FIFA and has in some capacity collaborating on Solana. I think they might have presented something at Breakpoint. Very interesting for those that are into the gaming space, in case there's a sub DAO that deals with gaming that wants to go check it out. Yeah, I know that there are a lot of discussions on validator updates as well happening in the wild. It seems as though, whatever the FUD was about Solana unstaking the foundation because of Hetzner, the data center that went offline, coupled with FTX, the FTX debacle may have given the wrong impression on what was going on Solana. But, hopefully in the next few days, we'll see the results of that on staking on chain, for those who are tracking that. And lastly, I think one thing that I can call out on the Grape side is Grape Art, the new feature that was launched and has been discussed and tweeted recently, flipping when you hover over an NFT, using the Bears Reloaded as an example, the NFT collection that we have helped support as a DAO. Nice and nifty feature. Great job on that. I think that it's a great UX experience change and update, and something to look forward to, and hoping to see what else is in store for Grape Art. A lot of really good stuff. We have governance metrics. We got UI, UX on NFT management. We got a number of things that just keep making me really bullish about the community and what we're doing. Anyone else? Anything else? No? Everybody's eager to go watch the World Cup?
Yeah, I think so. So I will end this DAO call now, I think, if everybody's fine, if there's no new topics to talk about, and we just talk about again about the new agenda for Tuesday DAO call. So from me is a happy weekend, and see you Tuesday.
Thanks, Legend. Great job with moderating.
I hope so.